Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the PM Silver Bullet for Wednesday, October 11th, and we are on the 1 hour chart. Something I've been looking at doing more videos on is the market maker model and how that impacts the Silver Bullet and how we go from higher time frame to lower time frame, because it's something that I do in my head and as I'm trading live, and doesn't always come out as well in the videos since I'm usually on the 1 minute. So now I'm trying to do more with higher time frame when I can. So the 1 hour chart, and if you look, we're right in the middle of a fair value gap. That's where we're at right now. Okay. And then there's a fair value gap right down here. So let's mark that out. Okay. We're waiting for price to, come down here, and then we'll drop down to a lower time frame. So let's see. Okay, lower time frame. It hit that fair value gap. It broke these lows. Now we're expecting what? A retracement up, right? So let's drop down to the 1 minute time frame. Let's expand here. Okay. This is the 1 hour fair value gap. Have that marked there. Okay. So let's just see how price reacts. We're at 1300, so we got to wait till 1400 to even trade. So we're just kind of seeing how this plays out. When it goes to higher time frame, we drop down to see if we can get a market maker model set up. And right now our terminus would be this high up here if we get a reversal of some sort. So let's just see what happens here. That's how we go from higher time frame to lower time frame, as we wait for higher time frame PDA target to get traded into, which we did, the 1 hour fair value gap. Now we're just seeing how price reacts to it. Waiting for our silver bullet time. Okay, just digging into it, which is fine by me. Get closer to that 1400. Let's turn on the Kraken silver bullet indicator. Okay, so the 830 line is right there. The New York midnight open is right there. And the 130 price is right here. Let's see what else we got here. Let's just see before we got. So we are at New York. We're at after lunch. So let's look at the New York lunch. See where we're at here. Okay, so we just took out New York lunch. Here's our first target, New York lunch buy side liquidity. But from the higher time frame, that's a rather small target, because I just showed you that our market maker model, if it turns out here, would be up here, right? So where's a higher draw on the target? Let's look at AM. Let's keep going backwards. See. Aha, there you go. AM buy side liquidity is right here. That's our terminus. We took out sell side of the AM session liquidity because it was the stop right before noon. So there's our low of the AM. So we just took out sell side liquidity. Now we just took out lunchtime lows. So now we're definitely looking, and we came into a higher time frame PD array. It's looking good. It's looking like, hey, we took out a bunch of sell side. We tapped into a higher time frame target. Now we're looking to retrace. Where we're retracing to, take out lunch buy side. First target, second target would be this high right here. That would be the next target, and then the final target would be the AM buy side liquidity. Okay, so let's see what we get here. All right, so there's a market structure shift. Let's keep going, see what we have here. That starts our 2 p.m. silver bullet hour. Okay. So where would be our run-on stops? Because usually we want to see a run-on stops for. We're getting really close to not New York lunch, so I'd like to see a little bit lower. before I entered here. That'd be a good spot right there. There we go. That would trigger us in right there. That's where I'll enter. I'll buy 2 right there. Should have bought it down here. Ideally, this is where I'd want to be right here. That's our run on sell stops, right? That's want to see that. That's the first stage of accumulation. Use turtle soup entry is right here. That's actually probably the low. Actually, this would be the low risk buy right there. So there's your turtle soup. We'd be targeting this. Let's see if we put on a line right here, which would be, it would be, I don't know if I do 5. Yeah, let's go right there and target New York lunch. It'd be our first target. We'd actually be targeting that. But for this, let's target this high here. Let's just mark this off. Let's mark that off as buy side draw on liquidity. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. That's turtle soup entry right there. All right, so now I see this as a breaker block. So we have low, high, lower, low, comes back, finally trades through it. So now if it trades back in, that would be another entry. That'd be my silver bullet entry to actually go up here on the market maker buy model that we've identified now that we have a market maker buy model. So if it trades back into this, I will add another 2 positions. Okay, so I'm going to buy 2 right there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start marking some things up here that I would be taking off since I have 4 contracts going. I'm going to take, let's see, partials taken here. This draw on liquidity, I'll take partials there, and then I'll leave a runner on for up here because this one, I'd be buying there, and I'd be targeting the AM buy side liquidity. Okay, so I'm going to turn this down to 1. All right. All right, so sell 1 contract there. I have my trailing stop for both right above the second one. So it'll be right here. I'll put it right here so it's on the screen. Okay. So this, why if we get a close above this, I'm going to close 2 contracts. Why am I closing 2? Because that would have been the second one for this. We already closed 1 here. This would be the second one, and then this where I'd take a partial for the first one, and then I'll leave 1 runner. So that would be how I would have managed it. For me, this has been a high resistance liquidity run. It's just not just running towards it as fast as I would like. It's just making higher highs, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. It just, I don't like price action like this. It's very stressful when you're trading it live to watch it, knowing that you just want to hit your target up there. You just want to run. Ideally, you just want to run up there and hit it. You don't like sitting through all this. I'm getting closer. Okay, at this point, I probably would have moved my stop up. Oh, wrong thing, sorry. I probably would have moved my stop up to this, down below this. So we've capitalized a little bit on this crappy price action. There you go. All right, I'm going to sell 2 contracts. That would have been closed right here. And I'm going to move my stop to this right here. I don't want to come down any further. Okay, at that point, I've definitely moved my stop up here, most likely right here. Because I'm just, within a point and a half here. I'm really trailing, especially on Apex. You've got to do that. And this is 21 points. I mean, it's a huge move. The trailing drawdown would kill you on this. And it takes you out, it takes you out. It just is what it is. Okay. All right, there you go. All right, so let's flatten. Okay. Let's look here. Let's remove this. Let's remove that. All right, so we were on the 1 hour time frame. We saw that we had a 1 hour fair value gap. Price traded into it, so we dropped down to the 1 minute time frame. We are looking for a market maker buy model. We don't expect it to be there. We don't assume that it's going to be there, but we have to see price action to see if it's going to show up or not, see if it gives us a market maker buy model or not. So we had a lot of things going for us in this scenario. We had the higher time frame, 1 hour fair value gap get hit. We had AM session liquidity taken. We had the New York lunch sell side liquidity taken. So a lot of sell side liquidity taken into a higher time frame target. We're looking for a retracement. Okay, so we're looking to go back up. Our first target was the New York lunch. We came in, had a market structure shift. We came in, we saw the turtle soup entry, the run on sell stops, the first stage of accumulation. We got in there, we targeted the New York lunch, and then this swing high right here for our partial. And we targeted this swing high for that for, I think it was 15 handles, something like that. So then we had we had a breaker block here for our silver bullet trade, and it came in and we got entered into the breaker block and we targeted the AM buy side liquidity as our target, which was the market maker model, buy model terminus. And we came up, we took our partials, and then we had to sit through all of this zigzag price action, which is just a high resistance liquidity run. And it finally came up and hit our target here. So it was a very long trade, but that is how you go from higher time frame to lower time frame. The other thing that I like about this is if you pull your manipulation leg standard deviations, you pull your fib from the low to the high of the manipulation leg. This is the manipulation leg right here, low to high, and you get 4 standard deviations right about where your terminus is. That's nice right there. So that was your trade, your silver bullet trade for Wednesday, October 11th, the PM session.